Hi everybody, this is Caro from South Australia, Lacey's Creations, bringing you today my first Christmas journal ever that I've made. It's a beautiful day here in South Australia today, and I hope it's beautiful in your part of the world. Anyway, let's get into it. She's 6.5 by 9.5 long, and it's a beautiful H.G. Wells novel book with a lovely leatherette cover. So I've left that mostly intact so that you see the glorious book that it's made in. I'll use this beautiful Christmas ribbon here to tie her up, and I'll take it off so we can get inside and see the goodies. Is everybody ready for Christmas? I'm not. I never am. So we'll take that off. And I've got this beautiful cover here that I've made with this plush red velvet. I glued cotton balls onto a heavy piece of chipboard and then put the velvet over it so that it's got this nice fluffy velvety look to it. And then this old tattered doily edge here and a piece of tapestry of a Christmas tree with a few rhinestones on there. I'm not sure if you can see the sparkles on them, but they are quite sparkly. And then I've carried through with the old tattered doily underneath. So the book is in the traditional colours of white, green and red. And then on the bottom here, I've just put some glass beads, red and green glass beads. And I didn't have any little metal charms, so I've used these wooden what do you call those, like die cuts, and I've just put some leaf gold on them to brighten them up a bit. Okay, so the first page, I haven't done anything to the front and the back covers. I love the colours of it, and it was in beautiful condition, so I thought I'd leave it like that, and then whoever gets this book, if they want to put a photograph there or make their own pocket or add something, there's that space to do so. And then we start off with a fabric tag, a little bit of gold ribbon and eyelash trim. And this is a lovely old piece of music book cover, which I've just left intact. And this is the reverse side. Sleigh Bells is the song. I'm just having a bit of focusing problems here. This way, okay. Being directed. So that's sorry about that. This is a lovely little card. Mostly just journaling cards and tags in this one. Oh, there's a little page flip there, the pocket, and on the reverse side, and then just a bit of journaling space in the middle. A lovely Edith Holden page. I've used a few of her December pages, so you'll recognise them when you see them. And just a little notepad there to write a list, the good list. So in this journal, I have used predominantly Roxy's Creations DigiKit and a few things from Screech Owl. I think some of the fussy cuts are from Screech Owl. That's just a little fabric holly leaf there and a bit of lace, a bit of stenciling here on this page. It's quite chunky, but I have made a book board I'll show you shortly, so that you can still write in it. Another lovely little card. And I've also used this gold leaf throughout the book, just to give it that Christmas sparkle. Some more stenciling. Another little card. I made that one into a postcard. And a piece of old ledger. Now this ledger doesn't look old, but it's actually from 1945. It was a cash book that I found in an antique shop, and it had never been used, so it's in perfect condition, but it hasn't yellowed or anything. And that's obviously a book page there. He was so gorgeous. I didn't want to cover him up. And this story was the Grinch. So, and there's the cat looking out the window, looking at the sleigh. And so that's another Edith Holden page. Now, these rhinestones aren't something I would normally put in a journal, but because it was Christmas, I thought, you know, a little bit of sparkle goes a long way. And some doily there with an Australian Christmas stamp. Little embellishments. A little bit of collaging on this corner here. Some more faux stamps that I've made, and this nice piece of I'm not sure if it's onion paper, but it's like that, and a lovely card made out of a songbook, We Three Kings. So there's a little silver star there for her for that, and there's another piece of songbook cover. Beautiful colours, a beautiful red and green. Colours of Christmas. I was contemplating doing a grey and pink album, but I just had so much Christmas stuff in the traditional colours, so I thought, why do something different? And these are lovely old vintage buttons there. Another tag that I've made. Carol of the Birds is a song out of that old vintage book, and that's just a little journal spot there out of the book cover. Bit of fabric tartan, and another little tag just in there with more birds on it, and that's another fabric pocket there. So, and I've used the same lace all the way through because I just thought it looked a bit like snow, you know, sort of resembled the snowy look. There's more of that gold leaf and old Santa, of course. I hope I haven't gone overboard with the Santas, that's the only thing. So here I got this out of a lovely floral book that I had, and I thought, well, that looks like the maid getting the house ready on Christmas morning with all the beautiful flower decorations. And here's one of the little girls of the house writing a letter to Santa. That's just a pocket that slips in there. And a Christmas tree. What's a house without a Christmas tree? More journal space. I've left these book covers blank because I thought you might like to watercolour them or do something with them. You can just use that as a photo background. Here's another tag in a lace pocket here. There's Santa peeking out the window, peeking through the window. And journaling space on the back. Another piece of that old paper. Just with a bit of embellishment there. More doily. The other side of the doily. This is an embossed, no, it's not, it's a stenciled envelope that I've made with a little bit of stamping. And in here, this is actually quite a vintage envelope, and this is also vintage. It's a part of a letter set, and it's all blank. But you can just see by the paper, and I actually bought that in a vintage op shop. I was in Adelaide last week, and I upstairs of one of the op shops, they had a vintage department, and that's where I got that from. Another little card there. And this, oh, I love this. I'll take these paper clip off. This is an altered CD cover with a lovely photo in there of one of the girls of the house. And you can put something in there. I haven't put anything in there just because the book's so chunky. That's the other side of the ledger, which I've just put a little page embellishment there. I'll leave these out as I go along. More of that page embellishments. And then this is another tag. This is just a floating pocket tag, this one. So you can write on the back. And got a little notepad here with a bit of music in it. Another tag. And that's a fabric pocket there and piece of a doily. More doily down the bottom. And a little charm of a gold flower there. This lace I love. And I think this is my favourite page. Just because I love little furry animals. So there's a little bunny telling the little bird that there's a Christmas miracle. Just on a index card and popped into that corner there. And then on this side is a nice little reindeer. Same thing. Down here we've got bunnies and red toadstools. Lovely wren there out of an Edith Holden book. More of that, the other side just embellished there. More music, and in here I've got this paper clip just with some ribbons on the top. And that's the back side of that first music book. And then in here, this is an altered envelope. And I'll put a card in there. And in the middle, it's just embellished, and got another little card there. And then on the other side, there's another little card there. So I haven't done anything to these cards because I thought whoever gets the book might like to actually use them. So that's that. That's just a little altered envelope. It's lovely. And then here we have another journal card. And this is made on a very old book page. It's the old boys' journal, and the book pages were almost like cardboard. They're so strong. And just done a bit of layering there with some lace and a card. And more gold, and then a tag on its laying on its side there with the red and white. And so this is the second signature. It's another Christmas book, as you can see there, Christmas at Home. Another Christmas music book. And this, I just love that, so I had to put it in. It's part of an image out of one of Roxy's paper collage pieces. And I just love the tree, so I put it there. And then there's old Saint Nick. Her papers were lovely to work with. The collage pages, you could use them just as they were, or you could like do what I did and tore out some of the pieces and fussy cut some of the pieces. There's a bit more of that stenciling with the green sage Tim Holtz ink. And another piece of ledger there with another card. And this is the whole page out of the vintage music book that I've been using. So I had that over, so I just thought I'd add that in. You can tell by the colour of it that it's very old. It's a very old piece. And here we go again. We're right there. Here we go again with another tag, and I've just made a little flip of 3 tags there. In this little pocket. More journaling space on the back. Bit more of collaging and a little embellishment up there. Now these serviettes, what I've done this time is I've left them together. You know, normally when you have to peel the serviettes apart, and there's 2 or 3 there, and I just thought sometimes they've ripped on me in the past when I've used them, so I just thought if I left 2 or 3 together, whoever gets the book can pull them apart and use those as journaling spaces, or just leave them together like that. And I've put in another little doily there and a ripped out piece out of one of Rachel's pages. There's another one of the cards. They're lovely, those cards. I picked them up in that vintage op shop that I went to as well. And this is another book page out of that floral book that I have. And I thought, well, here's the mother writing a list to her maids, giving them instructions what she expects on Christmas Day. And there's Santa trying to get down the chimney. He's out of the Grinch book again. Or it might have been the day before Christmas, I think. I had 2 books that I was using. It's another little faux stamp here. And this idea here of a little pad I got from Nat Williams, from a group that I'm in on Facebook, Crazy Paper Possibilities, CPP. If you look it up, it's a very interactive group. And I got a journal off Nat last week, and I asked her, could I use this idea? I mean, everybody does pads, but I really love the idea of how it's attached just with a strip of cardboard there, and then I've got it on cardboard and it just slips in and out of that pocket. And I hadn't seen that idea before, so I asked Nat if I could use it. So I like that. And it's just on another music book page there. A letter to Santa. More of that hard book page underneath that. More gold leaf. I got a bit carried away with the gold leaf. I just loved it so much. And Edith Holden again. The music to Santa Claus. Some more faux stamps. More Edith Holden. And that's the centre signature of the centre of signature 2. I'll get it right. And there's just another little journal card, little birds and nests. And this is another twin pocket, so I've just got 3 more of these little tags in here. Haven't done much to them. I find I was doing things to all the tags, but the book, it just makes the book too chunky. You can't actually write in it when it's can't lay flat. I like that centre face there. I have to thank my husband. He's done all the fussy cutting for me. He's very good to me. And here's another little page flip here, just held on with the paper clip. Just a little bird on that side and another centre on this side. This gold ribbon is lovely. And then I just put that little gold fairy there. I didn't have any Christmas charms. I must make sure I get some for next year. Another one of the images out of Rachel's papers from Roxy Creations. Here's that pussycat. And this, I've just made this one look old. Got my seam ripper and roughed it up and inked it. Put some book page on the back. And this image I've just left as she is. Lovely little image of a girl there. They wore such beautiful clothes and did lovely things to their hair. And these little 2 sleepy toddlers waiting by the fire, hoping Santa's going to come. Some more blank page there. And this is just another material pocket with some more tags in it. Just a bit of collage in there of different things, some German script and music from that old brown book. This is taken out of Roxy's papers again. So is that one. And this is another fabric one. I'll just put that onto a index card. And this beautiful piece of lace here I got from Nat Williams as well. From Crazy Crafters Paper Possibilities. Got to get, it's a bit of a tongue twister. Little girl Holly and a nice old fashioned bingo card. These are my favourite bingo cards. I love them. In New Zealand, we used to call bingo housey. We didn't call it bingo. And that's what the housey cards were like. And when you got a line, you called out housey. Oh, no, you called out line, and when you got the whole card, you called out housey. And then I've just got a little Rita Donnelly flip there. And another little card there. More of this fussy cutting. More stenciling. The other side to Edith's page. And then the last page, Christmas is over and they're off on their holidays. They're going on a road trip in this old, I don't know, I guess it's a Model T Ford, we'll say it is, and their suitcases are packed and they're off. And that's the end of the book. And then to go with the book, I've got this, I made this to go in it, but of course the book's too chunky, so it is magnetised there. But once again, I've filled it up with lots of bits and pieces. So the magnet's not really holding it. You can see all these bits and pieces in here. More of these little wooden filigree things. There's tags and fussy cutting. And then that just slips together with that magnet. But for the, well, it does work, but for it to hold properly, it needs to have less in it, really. And then I've got the book board, because the journal got so chunky, I felt it needed a book board to write on your blank pages. So, and that's very hard chipboard, so that's good for that. And then I've also included this old original Christmas Carol book, because I had a couple of them. So that's in there as well. And that's all there is. So I hope you all have a Merry Christmas and festive season. And I'll be away for maybe 2 or 3 weeks because I'm off somewhere for a while. And when I come back, I want to start. People have been asking me if I'll do tutorials. So I'm going to have a go at that, but I'll wait till I get back from my holiday. Okay, thank you very much, ladies, and all have a Merry Christmas.